The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community that sees and shares all things new. This is Leanne Cariente from Antipolo. You are watching in real life on PNC. Ayan, welcome to another episode of In Real Life. Again, this is Leanne Cariente. If this is the first time you are watching In Real Life, I'm the founder of Work at Home Moms Tribe PH, a content creator, mommy influencer, and a licensed financial advisor. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome back. If you are watching another episode, and I'm super excited to introduce our guest this afternoon because she is one of the people that I really look up when it comes to the freelancing industry. Ayan, nung nasa freelancing world pa ako talagang isa siya sa mga inspiration and pinagkukunan ko rin ng mga tips and advices kung paano magiging successful sa freelancing industry. So let me introduce to you Miss Grace Locsin. She is a transformational leader on a mission for social empowerment through freelancing. She's also the owner and CEO of Surge Marketplace. This is one of the biggest freelancing agencies in the Philippines, and I'm so excited to know her story behind this agency. Yeah, so let's all welcome Miss Grace Locsin.
Hi, Lay. Thank you very much for welcoming me. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here on the show. So, Miss Grace, no, bago tayo pumunta sa Surge, no, how you put up a freelancing agency, I'm curious, and I'm sure our guests, our audience is also curious kung ano yung background mo before Surge. Ayan. So, nag-start ka ba rin as a freelancer, work from home mom? So, medyo backtrack po tayo ng konti bago yung Surge. So, kwentuhan mo po kami, Miss Grace.
Yes, sure. I'm a teacher by profession. So before I started freelancing, I was on the route to becoming a teacher na the ladder of education world. So I was actually in my master's. I think I finished my master's and I was doing my doctorate in education. However, my background has always been helping people, especially those that are poor. Back in 1997, I think, Lay, I started a school in the dump site here in Davao City kasi a lot of the families there cannot really go to school. So we brought the school to their village, around 50 families at least. So yun yung background ko. And then it was more on administration and management. So I was teaching in different colleges, also in an NGO organization. I was a part of a religious organization. And then in 2010, I was tapped to, start something na it was more of a livelihood project supposedly in our church na people from the US would hire those that are in our church and then afterwards, parang virtual assistant setup na siya. Di pa namin alam no na virtual assistant setup na. So I was basically, before I consider myself just focusing on motherhood and, more helping different industries as administrator, as a manager. However, I always had the heart to help people. And yun nga, in 2010, I was tapped to start And then ngayon outsourcing company na siya, and I started that one. And when we started it, it was more of just virtual assistants focused on real estate. So we were taught how to do online bookkeeping, do real estate tasks, do social media a little bit. Social media was very new then. And then, so yun yung parang setup. We would take people, train them directly with clients, and then match them with clients afterwards. But then it grew overall. I think when we left, there were hundreds of people in there. When we started, my husband and I, with some other friends, we were just 5 people. And then, in 2010, I got pregnant to twins, amazing boys. And, coming from a really good family background, I have this conviction na I have to be there for my family. I don't want to leave them after just 1 month of one. I think usually before, I don't know ngayon kung ano na, but yung leave that's required of you or that's allowed is only 1 month. So I felt like I don't want to go ahead and leave them after 1 month. So that's when I decided to resign and really focus on the milestones as a family. I want to be there. My husband and I wanted to be there as they started walking, as they started talking, when they are sick, when they're needing us emotionally, spiritually. We want to be there. So we kind of risk it all, the position in the company because we wanted to prioritize family. And to our surprise, that was one of the best decisions that we've ever done in our lives as a family, as a mom, as an individual, because we learned freelancing. Doon namin nalaman na you can actually pala pwedeng mag-work from home. And then, just have the skills and then, apply in freelancing websites. So that's the start of us working from home. And it actually lasted for 5 years. And then on my second year, I think started second or third year, a lot of people were already asking us, how do you do it? Okay, because they saw us traveling here and abroad. They saw the quality of our life improved a little bit. We were buying things. We were already experiencing better experiences. So they were asking us, how can we also do it? How can we also earn from home? And because I have my master's in education, I was doing doctorate in education then. I created a curriculum, applying all the techniques as a teacher, as somebody with a master's in education would do. And then to our surprise again, it launched us into becoming a business. And then here we are today.
Yes. So bago po wala na uso ang work from home, you were already working from home as a freelance nung pang mga around 2010, di ba? So parang
Yes,
isa po
that's
pala po
correct.
sa nag-pioneer ng freelancing talaga dito sa buong Pilipinas. Yan. So, kung nag-start na kayo na to really build that business because people are starting asking kung paano nyo nagagawa. So, ito na po ba na nag-start kayo as the surge na, no? Nung nagtatanong na yung mga tao, paano nyo ginawa? Surge na po ba ito kaagad?
Not yet, Lay. Before, it was more of just me empowering people, probably mostly mothers. Kasi yun talaga yung heart ko. Kasi the light bulb moment of why don't I go ahead and coach? It was, it came when I was freelancing. I was managing lots of clients. Basically, my hourly rate then was around average $10 per hour. And when I was working, my kids were like in our living room playing, and I felt like how I wish a lot of mothers are as blessed as me na pwedeng they can earn $10 per hour and they have the privilege and the blessing of just being there with their kids and guiding them because I'm also homeschooling. So, yun yung light bulb moment na why don't I give in? Because a lot of people were already asking, can you teach us? Can you do this? Can you do that? So that was the light bulb moment. And we were targeting mothers first. And the name of the company before was Filipino Virtual Assistants. When we registered it afterwards, it became FBA Business Consultancy kasi di nila alam kung anong freelancing, anong virtual assistants. So the closest that we can register with the Department of I think DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, is a business consultancy. So, yun yung parang nilagay namin, FBA Business Consultancy. And I think we were under FBA. And even right now, the registration under SEC is still FBA Business Consultancy Corporation. But in 2021, we launched a brand na parang global siya kasi there were other nationalities coming in. And para din, we want to uplift the banner of Filipino digital workforce na may global branding. Hindi lang siya pang Filipinos, but it's actually really global. So that's why we moved from FVA or Filipino Virtual Assistants to Surge Freelancing Marketplace or the Surge Marketplace.
Yes. So very inspiring po, no, how you really started yung iyong advocacy na initially to help Filipino moms start a freelancing career dito sa Philippines hanggang sa nag-expand kayo globally. So you already have students enrolling from different countries, tama po ba?
Yes po. Yes, that's correct. So it's not just mothers even. Ngayon, we have students, even yung mga nasa senior high, junior high, our youngest so far is 14 years old, I think, junior high, and they did great. You know, ang galing nila when it comes to digital apps and all. And now we also have not just different courses, not just franchisees all around the world, but we also have in-person training centers now.
Yeah. So, Miss Grace, you mentioned about homeschooling your two boys. Yeah. So, this is really a significant commitment, no, on top of what you are doing. How do you create a supportive learning environment at home habang binabalance mo po yung iyong work and other responsibilities?
Probably it helped now we're working from home to have that balance. There is the overall assistance talaga as a family. Like, hindi lang dapat yung mother. It should be the mother, the father, okay? Even, there's even a saying that, you know, that says it takes a village to raise a community, a child or a kid. And I'm grateful to have like a community of homeschoolers also in our city. It's called Lighthouse Homeschooling Network, and even in the Philippines there are different groups, and also even relatives, they're there. But when it comes to balancing, there is a, gaya ng sinabi mo, there needs to be a lot of commitment, and kailangan alam mo lang talaga what are your goals, you know, in homeschooling. Is it going to be academic? Is it going to be character building? Is it going to be extracurricular? And what I love about homeschooling is we can really personalize kung sino yung mga anak namin, and really personalize the learning journey that they take on, the learning paths that they take on, in order to bring the best output of who they are, who God designed them to be. So, like for example, one of the twins is really on tech. So, he's into gaming, he is into robotics. So, yun yung learning paths na binibigay namin sa kanya. The other one is into creatives and language, and creatives such as like music or composing something, video editing. So yun din yung learning path na binibigay. So the commitment there is just really knowing your why, knowing why are you doing this, and then afterwards not being pressured by the other you know, pressures around you na you have to be doing this, you have to be doing that. Just really understanding what are your goals and sticking to it.
Mm-mm. Ayan. So, ang tumatak po sa akin sa sinabi nyo is yung pagkakaroon talaga ng community, because no one can really do it alone, no, by themselves, especially balancing motherhood, homeschooling, work, business, and everything. So, nung ito na pong sinistart nyo ang surge, no, coming from FBA, do you remember any significant challenges that you faced dun sa mga initial stages po ninyo?
Ang dami, Lay. Because I felt like I'm probably one of the most committed when it comes to really standardizing the quality of digital workforce. So I felt like I'm building a nation from scratch, you know, digital and online. And you are building policies and laws, and you have to communicate. So number one probably is, you know, brand awareness. You know, a lot of people in the Philippines don't know what freelancing is, or how does virtual assistants work, or how work from home works. And then there's also the brand equity part, okay, the brand trust part. Will it really work? Okay, will there be stability in freelancing? Is it something that we can put our lives into? Ngayon na, medyo okay na kasi ang daming mga posts about, you know, 6 digits and how they're experiencing freedom and flexibility through freelancing. But in the process of really building Surge, number one that we were challenged is how can we communicate, what freelancing is to the rest of the world? How can we communicate it to the clients? How can we communicate it to like those interested but they don't know how they're doing? And at the same time, how can we keep quality in all of it? How can we go ahead and have the clients trust the outputs of virtual assistants in the Philippines kasi they see the quality of the training. And then afterwards, the policies na, the legalities, yun yung mga challenges that we really experienced when we were building the foundations of Surge Marketplace.
Mm-mm. So, hindi rin po pala siya ganun kadali, no? Na kung iisipin, work from home, nasa bahay ka lang, paupo-upo, pa-computer, di ba? Pero those behind the scenes, no, challenges na you shared, no? Yun pala talaga yung foundation ng isang, not just as a company, no, but as an individual din because ako may experience din po ako as an online freelancer, pero um, yun nga yung common misconception, akala nila madali lang. Pero when it comes to registering the business part, no, as a as a freelancer, para mag-evolve ka, mag-scale ka ng iyong freelancing career, kailangan din pala registered business, kailangan din meron ka ng process when it comes to communicating with clients, yan. So, and yun yung na-share po ninyo, no, through Surge, yan. And yung pong mga training materials, training courses na ginawa nyo for Surge, kayo lang po ba ang gumawa nun or was there someone or a group of people that you hired? So we're talking about delegation part na po, Miss Grace, in running the business. Like kayo po bang mag-asawa lang ang nag-build talaga from scratch or meron na kayong mga people that you onboarded with you?
Yes, we have people na lay. That's one of the learning, probably one of the learning things that I did, I experienced kasi you can't do it alone. And if you want to do it properly, you have to delegate and you have to involve other experts in the process. It's not just about you or your mission. You have to bring in the right people. And it took a lot of learning opportunities for us. May mga tao na hindi bagay, may mga tao na hindi committed. And to answer your question, yes, we really hired people. When it comes to operations, we hired people from reception to acquisition to training. We hired trainers as well. And the courses, at first it started with us, with my husband and I creating it. Kasi yun yung ginagawa namin for years and we just ventured and created curriculums out of it. But then when we started also offering other courses like data analytics, like mga e-commerce, mga online bookkeeping, we had to hire experts kasi hindi namin yung expertise. So these people, ang requirement naman sa kanila is at least they are an expert of that field for at least 2 years. So yun yung requirement. And from that, we were able to keep the quality. So of course we would bring in experts, but then the quality or the branding should be there, and the mission and the heart behind why we're doing should be kept all throughout the process. So we also built a team, around us. We have an online team, we have an in-person team. Medyo hybrid yung team namin ngayon, and we're so blessed to be able to come to a place now of having the perfect team. That are committed, that are skilled, at the same time also, having the heart, to really serve people. Because we call this a mission lay. It's not just a business. It's not just like a passion coming from one person who wants to help, but this is a mission. We will be able to empower a lot of people through freelancing. We would be able to help the economic situation of the Philippines by bringing, economic capacity in the household level. So those are some of our whys as a brand ngayon, and it takes a lot of people. But the beauty of it is we make the whole business cycle more virtuous. So yung mga outputs namin, yung mga graduates namin, sila yung hire namin to be a part of the team. So after the train, they usually also are matched to certain clients, but at the same time, we provide opportunities from them, and one of it is in-house hiring.
Yes, and that is really a very noble mission, no, Miss Grace, that started as your passion, teaching and sharing na related din talaga sa iyong profession. So coming all together, you were able to build that mission and share it with others na Kasi it started with you and your husband, pero now, being with a team, no, coming up with a really solid team na talagang ma-embody rin nila yung iyong mission na you will be, kumbaga, seen as one, no? Kahit na marami na kayo sa team, pero as one pa rin ang inyong mission. So that's very noble po, Miss Grace. So, yeah, you've trained, I think, over 35,000 students na, no, worldwide since 2016. How do you find the inspiration and energy every day, no, to continue impacting so many lives?
Mm-mm. But for me, Lay, the stories behind it, like when I don't know, there was probably, now that you ask about it, I can't recall any moment where I felt like giving up. Probably I would be like, oh, is this not on the whole mission? Probably there are sometimes like, is this right? Should I be doing this when it comes to different campaigns? But as a whole, we're really motivated by stories. When we hear mothers being able to pay their bills because of freelancing, because of the output of our trainings, when they're able to be intact as a family. So yung mga stories kept us going. When they come back to us and say na we're able to send our kids to school, we're able to pay our water bill that nakatenga for 2 years. We're able to buy better clothes. We're able to travel now. These things. And over time, I have connections with them. They're friends with me on Facebook or other social media sites, and the stories kept us going, and it's what probably is keeping us going until now. Now, when we have different people coming in and say this, journey, itong training na to, it's just 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 week, depende sa courses that they're taking, but it changed their lives and it gave better opportunities for them. So yung mga stories, like when you hear those, parang na-inspire ka again to like, continue what you're doing. Like, I want to be able to be in this mission, in this situation where I'm not only earning, but at the same time I'm helping life. So it's really virtuous for me. It's something na life-giving. So it's also very much empowering, not just to the whole business model, but to me as well, as the mission, as the person na, nag-umpisa nito.
Yes. And ang ganda pong makakita ng mga ganong stories, no, na because of something that you shared, no, in your programs, in your courses, how you matches them with clients na they just paid for one time payment for the course, but
Yes.
yung effect sa kanilang buhay is life-changing at forever bago yung kanilang buhay. So my next question is medyo personal, Miss Grace, but I see you sharing this on your social media, no? With your husband having health concerns, ayan, and with your other roles that requires strength, no, homeschooling, yung mother duties, yung business. How do you find the emotional resilience naman to handle everything overall so gracefully?
Probably it's the name, Grace. Yeah, but to answer that, Lay, I think it's my faith. It's my faith in the Lord. I'm a Christian, and every day I really pray. It's not just like a religion for me. I really have a personal relationship with Jesus, and I think even with the turmoils na go through namin this past 7 years, it's not even we don't even see it as a challenge anymore. It's actually a part of our journey that empowered us more to be a better person, to see things better, to see things in humility, to see things in a better perspective. Before we got sick, if this is just a side story, if there are people na like, oh, this happened to us, can you pray for us? It would just be easy to say, okay, praying or something like that without the emotion or without actually praying for that person. Pero sa amin ngayon, we really went through difficulties, ups and downs financially, ups and downs when it comes to, sabi mo nga, courage and resilience being developed. We recognize how people are feeling when they are so down. We recognize because we've experienced it. When all hope is lost, when you don't have anybody or anything, or you can turn to anything or to anybody, and all you have is your faith. So we've been there. We've been to the very bottom of the bottoms of like kung ano man yung pinaka-bottom na ng discouragements, we've been there. But it's good. It's a good experience. And we're very grateful to be in that season, in this season of just unwavering faith. Na it's not discouraging us. It's actually benefiting us to see the Lord move more, not just individually, but as a family. How can we bring and even teach our kids to be more resilient out of it? So the strength, I don't think it's me. Kung ako lang siguro, Le, wala na. I would have given up, a long time ago because it's really difficult. We can really relate to people that are sick, not just sick for, like a month or two, but if they're fighting sickness for years, it's difficult. But it helps us, being grounded with the Lord. It helps us to be more grounded also to humility, to understand people better, to be there, for people, to really feel, pain. So if we see people na medyo, they need assistance or they really need help, they really need courage or they need inspiration, we can relate. We know how to appeal to them. We know how to talk to them because we've been there. So I think the whole journey is not just a story of resilience or gaining strength, but really benefiting us. So we're really grateful. We're grateful to be given the opportunity to grow in faith.
Mm-mm. And I love how you said na yung mga challenges na ganito, no? The bottom of kung ano mang mga challenges na really part of the journey, part of the process. Yan. So,
Mm,
kumbaga, hindi natin siya pala dapat dinidisregard or discourage no, sa kung ano mang mission or path na gusto natin gawin. But to really embrace it and to acknowledge na it's part of what you are really doing and it's shaping you to becoming better and um, really strengthening your faith to the Lord. Yan. So thank you so
true.
much. I love what you said about it. And through your journey, no, na na-share mo sa amin this afternoon, Miss Grace,
Mm,
you've demonstrated the power of determination and love to your family, to the business, to your mission as a mother, as a wife. What message do you hope to share with others who aspire to also juggle their passions, their family, and caregiving, just like what you do?
mm. We have one life, make it count. Yun siguro. For me, at the end of it all, I want to be remembered as somebody who made an impact to lives, who were able, as somebody who was inspiring, who was able to influence, inspiration, courage as a woman, as a person. Because at the end of it all, it's not going to be about, fame or fortune. It's not going to be about names or titles. It's about impact. So for me, no matter what you're going through in life, don't quit. Okay, always learn. Always give yourself to continuous improvement. Always embrace learning, no matter what capacity. Don't slack off. Don't be a person who would give up. Na okay na, siguro ito na talaga yon, yung ganon. No matter what you're going through, no matter how old you are, I'm turning 42 today, but I still would like to learn new things. I would still like to position myself in more AI, algorithms, okay, robotics, digital. I want to be able to really live the most of what the Lord has for me, in this lifetime. And in that process, I would like to give also get the most out of it, and not just go through with life embracing who I can be, but who I can be to other people. So yeah, you have one life to live, make it count. Be an impact to everybody, to every touch points, to every lives around you.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Grace. And turning 42 po kayo today. Birthday niyo po.
Not today, but this year. Sorry, not today, but this
Here.
year.
Ayan. So, sabi ko sana happy birthday. So, thank you so much po for sharing your story of inspiration, resilience, and faith. One last question before we end, Miss Grace. Is there anything that you want to promote?
Yes, sure. I would like to encourage and invite everybody to check out Surge Freelancing Marketplace if you want to become a virtual assistant. If you're struggling financially, freedom, flexibility, we want to be able to help you and we will be committed to your freelancing success. So check us out. We are at Surge Freelancing Marketplace. or in different social media, we are at Surge Marketplace.
Yeah. Do you also provide free training?
Yes, we do. We provide free training. They can just check out our Facebook and then events. We do that twice at least a month. So if they want free training certification, that's a part of our corporate social responsibility. We want to be able to position you for more skills. So go ahead and connect with us. Check out our Facebook. It's Surge Freelancing Marketplace.
Ayan. Thank you again so much, Miss Grace. No, I learned a lot no, when it comes to um, pag-handle ng motherhood and business and everything. So, I'm sure marami ding natutunan at na-inspire ang ating audience this afternoon. Thank you so much po, Miss Grace.
Thank you very much, Lay, and thank you, TNC, for having me. It's really an honor and a pleasure being here.
Ayan. And that wraps another heartwarming episode of In Real Life. Grabe no, it's really a privilege to step into the lives of incredible individuals kagaya na Miss Grace Locsin, who prove that yung mga ganitong real life stories are often the most inspiring. So I hope you can join us again next time as we continue to celebrate remarkable journeys of everyday heroes because in their stories, no, yung kanilang mga sinishare na behind the scenes ng kanilang success, we always find a reflection of our shared resilience and the boundless capacity to really shape our lives. So until then, remember that everyday life is a story worth sharing and celebrating. This is In Real Life on TNC.